we had this amazing hotel. If I could have stayed in that hotel 24/7, I'm telling you, he wanted to go out and venture out, but they were thinking we were celebrities, that he was a basketball player and he was lying about who he was. And I don't know. I just love
Oh, that's why he liked it, because he was a
No, that's not the
athlete.
one. He said Jamaica. She said Cancun.
Oh, really?
No, I said Jamaica.
Are you still on
okay.
Jamaica?
I feel like we had the most fun in Jamaica.
So, okay, let me ask you this. What's the question again?
What's the most memorable?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah. It is our honeymoon.
This the stuff of fairy tales and majesty, magically. Like I pulled you out of hat, pull you out of bag from out of mag if you want that. Pull up in the slab and pull off with you in my lap. Top down.
Hey, welcome to Travel Tuesday Happy Hour, where we interview dope people doing dope things from around the world. And today we have an amazing episode for you. But first, I want to introduce my queen, my partner, my everything. Tell them who you are, please.
I'm Jackie. I'm Atomic Travel's Peuge Benjamin's fiance.
Amazing. And we have an amazing guest and his amazing queen. Like, let me tell y'all, this young man right here, I seen coming from the growth from Pittsburgh. You know, he was a preacher on the team playing basketball.
Oh, wow.
Let me look. These two got basketball experience in common, but I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, and if you don't mind, tell us what y'all do.
Mm-hmm. My name is Teisha Jackson. I am a clerk in the emergency room at Presbyterian Hospital.
Frontline workers, thank you for your service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And that's why she doesn't want us to go remote.
Okay.
How y'all doing out there? My name is Keynon Jackson, also known as Pastor Key, also known as K-Jack. That just means the Keynon Jackson is the teacher. I am a 9th grade English composition teacher. Pastor Key, as you all may know already, I am a pastor of the Sharon Baptist Church, the pastor of the Sharon Baptist Church in the Bronx, New York. Mm-hmm. And lastly, K-Jack is because I'm also a battle rapper. So those three things, not coupled, but woven together, make up partial me.
Listen, don't let these two humble like kings and queens fool y'all now. Like, you know, this queen holds down a king and the king holds down his queen like no other. And so we aim to model after you all, and I appreciate how y'all exemplify what Black love looks like for the community. And so if y'all don't mind, a little bit background for y'all, where y'all both from?
I'm from the only place that matters, but she's from...
I'm from Brooklyn. Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yes, Brooklyn represent. Let him know. Brooklyn runs things. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
We're out in Westchester, White Plains. So
yeah, we don't rep Westchester though. We just live here.
Okay. So where you from? And that only matters?
Why is that even a question if it's the only place that matters?
Oh, okay.
Nah, I'm from Harlem. Harlem get the money.
See, y'all gonna realize Harlem people a little different. And so we're gonna let them rock. You know, she lives in Harlem.
I live in Harlem, but I'm a Queens girl.
You know what I mean?
I lived in Queens for a while too, so.
Okay, so you rep Queens too. You know.
Yeah.
I just recognized something and realized something. Don't kill me. You.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just came from playing basketball. My ring is in my book bag. Just so
no, you good. Don't worry, she ain't worried.
Oh, look
she
at
ain't
her.
worried.
She's like, I got you.
She ain't worried.
Everybody already know.
Listen,
ring or no ring.
She already
That's a fact. That's a fact.
On your spirit. Yes, everybody can feel it.
Everybody else needs to know because you don't see it. It's literally, I just came from playing basketball. So,
you good. So how did y'all meet?
We have a mutual friend named Kawana. He grew up with Kawana in church. I worked with Kawana for about 5-6 years. So yeah, she was the matchmaker.
Oh, thank you, Kawana. Look at him. Look at him. Wait. Okay, there's always 3 sides to the story.
Okay, let's hear some.
Yeah. She's not lying, but she's leaving out the most poignant part of that whole scenario.
Well, that's why you the yin to the yang, and you got to complete where, fill in the blanks.
What is it? That I knew your family way before you?
Come on, you're missing the most poignant part.
So let's look. The preacher. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let him be the preacher right now. Mr. Preacher, you tell us the most poignant part.
Right.
Don't give us like.
So Kawana and I were at work, and Kawana was on her Facebook, and she happened to scroll past a picture of her and Keynon, and jokingly, I was like, "Ooh, he's cute. Hook me up." When you play around with your homegirls, she really did it. So, yeah, here we are.
Jokingly.
Yeah, jokingly.
Listen. I'm an experiment, so you should be happy that jokingly. Like, I'm asking for a friend type of scenario. You know what I mean?
So now we got to clear it.
Right.
He is not an experiment. Me being on online dating was an experiment. You, my love, are not an experiment. Okay. You are the blessing that came from my experiment.
Okay.
Hold on. She just smoked your boots, bro. I'm gonna let it rock. That was pretty tough. I'm
gonna let it rock.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
So, what sparked your individual desire to travel?
For me, since I was young, my parents exposed me to traveling, so I always had that interest in traveling. Right now, I feel like I have the desire to see so much more. I was limited to the Caribbean because my family's from Barbados. But yeah, I just love traveling now and seeing different parts of the world, how people live,
For me, my family travel quite often within the United States. So I have quite a few states checked off my list, but never out the country other than, I think I went to Canada. Yeah, I went to Canada my freshman year of college because I was dating a young lady who went to Buffalo, University of Buffalo. So one day I went out there to visit her, and she and her friends were like, "Oh, we going to Canada." I was like, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah, but Arnold's right there.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I actually hooked up with T where I got a passport for the first time. So
she upgraded you.
She
look,
did.
Look. You see the smile on her face? You got upgraded with a passport.
She did. She upgraded. She's like, "Nah, hold up. With me, you need a passport, bro." I was like, "Okay, well, let's do it." So I now have a few stamps in it because of her.
So you upgraded her to a passport. I upgraded her to global entry. I like to bring that up from time to time.
Fire. But let me also say, I went on quite a few cruises before I met her. So I was out the country, but you didn't need a passport back then. All you needed was your birth certificate and your ID, and then you were good to get on the cruise. But right. I will say getting a passport was definitely an upgrade. So definitely.
Passports are game changers, because at the end of the day, it's like those stamps kind of solidify that you've been around, right? Nice. Like those stamps, like when you get that stamp in your passport, you're like, oh, this is different.
Different kind of feeling.
It's different. It's different than showing your ID, because you got to be like, "Monsieur, can I get your passport?" You know what I mean? And so that gives you as a traveler a different feel, right? And I think what was y'all's first trip together like? Because she upgraded you to the passport. Where did y'all go?
Barbados. He had to get the approval from my grandmother.
That's not true.
What?
He said the first trip we went on.
Barbados. I took.
He said the first trip we went on.
Yeah. I
thought
it was Barbados.
Now I'm getting cool points right now.
I thought it was Barbados.
That was our first trip out the country. He didn't ask that.
Oh, first trip would be, I don't know.
Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
Basically, she told me once we started dating, she was like, look, I take my daughter on a trip every year. You're welcome to come with us.
Nickelodeon, yeah.
And so she was like, we're going to Nickelodeon Studios. I was like, you want me to go with you to Nickelodeon Studios with your daughter? All right, I'm with it. I'm definitely with it because I'm a big kid. So while she was sunbathing, I was out playing with Kaya in the pool and making sure we were getting slimed and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah,
so she took him so he could do the things she didn't want to do.
No,
exactly.
We're total opposite. When I go on vacation, I'm there to relax and enjoy my peace. He's there to turn up, have all the fun, and I'm
I can't have.
So he's a big kid, and she probably loved that, didn't she?
She did. Oh my goodness.
How old was your daughter when y'all took the first trip all together?
6 or 7. She's 14 now.
Oh wow, that's amazing!
Now, so.
Wow.
Oh, so you created a great first impression for her. You was like, look, we gonna get slime,
right?
We gonna have all the candy and cookies, and don't tell mom that I gave you all this junk food. Just tell her we had fun.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
But the thing is, I mean, I didn't have to be anybody but myself as well. So it's not like I was putting on a show for a front. I literally am like this. I mean, mind you, this was 8 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm still the same way as long as my knees hold up.
She got a cool bonus dad out of the deal.
That's amazing. Amazing. So what was the first international trip where you had to use that passport?
She said Barbados.
Barbados.
Mm-hmm. So what was that like?
I was like, listen, when my grandmother was alive, I'm like, you get the approval from her, you good. So I had to take him to meet her. That was like something on my heart. So yeah, Barbados.
And then what happened?
And then what?
And then I became a resident of Barbados.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
Family fell in love with him and called him the local. So now he has that nickname. They like, yo, local.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let me ask you guys this. What have you learned about each other through traveling?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
All right. So this was actually a point of tension in our relationship. So because we went to Barbados, it's my first time meeting her family. I thought that she was being different, and she was, and it was because she wanted me to impress them. But she wanted me to impress them with a side of me that doesn't exist. So I'm like, I have to be me for them to like me. And so, you know this, Purge. I'm loud. I'm extra. I can be extra. So with that being said, I'm having fun with like her uncles, her dad. We're all talking, and then I'll start laughing, and I'm like, and sometimes my laugh is quite boisterous, to say the least. And so she pulled me to the side, babe, you gotta calm down. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're like, just relax a little bit. Like, you're around my family. I don't want you to. I'm like, you don't want me to what? I'm very confused here. So I had to learn that her wanting me to impress them kind of went beyond who I was. And it took a couple of times before she said, yo, like, they love you for who you are. And like, I'm gonna just let you be you. But it was literally a point of tension. So I learned that very early in our travels, because, and she actually sent me, you actually remember what you sent me, the meme about if you survive, you don't know what real love is until you survive an argument on a trip.
Yeah.
So,
we
had those.
We definitely had those, but that's the negative thing I learned, but I don't know if I want to say negative, but I guess that's the easiest way to relay that message. But I knew what was meaningful to her. So if I have the yin to the yang, it could seem negative, but I understood what was truly meaningful to her, and that's her family. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's that Caribbean, British Island Caribbean, you should be a certain way kind of thing. And she wanted to project that on you. But it's great that y'all both got to a point where she's like, babe, just be yourself. You're going to be yourself anyway. That's what's going to happen anyway.
I let him do him now. I don't even say anything. Laugh. He's like, leave him alone, especially my mom. Leave him.
Hey, Mom, when you watch this, thank you so much.
So for me, like I mentioned earlier, we're kind of like opposites. So I had to learn that on a trip, I have to do some things that he like, and I expect him to do some things that I like. Because it was one particular, on a cruise, I got annoyed. I wanted him to lay, it was a solarium?
The solarium.
Solarium, right? So I'm like, oh, you're going to come relax with me? He's like, no, that's not fun to me. And I was just so angry. He wanted to go turn up at some club. And I'm just like, really? So I had to learn that because we are opposite, we have to give each other, I give him space to do what he like. He go play ball, whatever. He goes off for a couple of hours. We come back, we do something I like, or then I'll do something he like. So I have to learn that we don't have to be together 24/7 on a trip. Like, he can go do what he likes. I do what I like. Then we come together.
See, she likes the sunsets. I like to sleep. So it's one of those things where
I like to sleep late too. He get angry at me.
You know, and so we got to balance out seeing the sunsets versus staying asleep. So, but
but I think
wait.
That you said, go ahead.
You said sunsets?
Sunrise, my fault.
Okay.
I like both, but I will wake him up for a sunrise. And his initial reaction is like, all right, let's go. Like his first thought, and this is why I don't even get bothered by the first thought anymore. As long as that second thought is, all right, babe, let's do it.
As long as that second thought matches with what I want to do, we good.
I didn't say that, but
that part. That part. So, what has been you guys' most memorable moment traveling together?
It's hands down. I think we have the same one. I'm almost positive.
All right, let's hear it.
I say Jamaica. Which one you say?
I was gonna say Mexico for our honeymoon.
Well, yeah, I like the honeymoon. You didn't really care for the. We had this amazing hotel. If I could have stayed in that hotel 24/7, I'm telling you, he wanted to go out and venture out, but they were thinking we were celebrities, that he was a basketball player and he was lying about who he was. And I don't know. I just love
it. That's why he liked it, because he was a
No, that's not the one. He said Jamaica. She said Cancun.
Oh, really?
No, I said Jamaica.
Are you still
okay.
Jamaica?
I feel like we had the most fun in Jamaica.
So, okay, let me ask you this. What's the question again?
What's the most memorable moment?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah. It is our honeymoon in Cancun.
Mrs. Jackson, do not change your answer.
No, it is. It is the most memorable, but not the most fun. No, it is the most memorable, but it's not the most. We had the most fun in Jamaica.
Facts. Now that is absolute facts.
Okay.
So let's hit Cancun and then we go to Jamaica.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
So
Cancun was the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Cancun was our honeymoon, and we stayed at a resort called LeBlanc.
His parents gifted that to us.
LeBlanc, write that down.
Yes.
Listen.
First of all, I don't know how they gifted it to us, because when we walked in, literally everybody thought I played for the NBA. Hands down. Like, it was like, what team do you play for? And I'm like, I don't play for a team.
You're like 6'7", 100, like 220 pounds. Like,
I'm 6'5", 205.
He gave you a little extra.
But at that time, I was 6'5", 285 because I lost so much weight trying to pay for our wedding. Like I wasn't eating all of our, like we didn't have any outstanding bills whatsoever. We paid for it
no loans,
flat out.
Nothing.
Like, here's another thing. Before you travel with your spouse, leading up to that wedding, do your entire best not to take out any loans for your wedding, because, and this is just a PSA. Here we go. PSA. Because we had more fun on the back end, not having to pay things back. So I wound up losing quite a bit of weight, but I gained it back within about 6 months or whatever. But long story short, my parents gifted, I don't know how they did, but everybody thought we were celebrities. I met 2 hockey players, literally, like it was lawyers, people who own businesses, on businesses.
We looked it up. It was a 5-star, 5-diamond
resort.
I requested something. They didn't have it. I think they went and bought it.
No, they didn't.
They went to another hotel.
Look, they went. Look, she's like, do you have? I don't see it on the menu. And she's like, babe, they don't have. I said, just ask. And so it's like, hey, do you have X, Y, and Z? They're like, no, we don't have it in this restaurant. We have it in the other restaurant on the other side of the resort. And I was like, and she was like, I was like, all right, don't worry about it. I also asked for calamari in that particular restaurant. They did not have that there. We have it at the other restaurant. So we both like, dang, all right, whatever, cool. And we got invited by another group to eat with them at that restaurant that night. So they literally 20 minutes later come back with our orders and was like, we went to the other restaurant to get it for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's diamond.
Nice. That's
diamond.
Like, that's diamond.
Yes.
What else?
We'll come down to the pool and I'll never forget her name, Lucinda. She'll have my drink ready. She'll have some shrimp and whatever I ordered.
Like,
that's how you travel.
What you want.
With Lucinda, she'll have her, like, so she went, for the most part, like, I don't really like to eat on vacation. Like, I don't like to do anything but turn up. Like, that's my thing. I don't care about any of that because I'm out of the country. I don't really get to wild out as much as I would like to because of my status and whatever. And, you know, I just try not to as much as possible. But when I'm on vacation, that's my time to wild out. And so we'll get to, but I do love lounging by the pool. That is my rest. My rest is lounging by or in the pool. I literally can spend 12 hours straight in a pool on vacation.
Nice.
Am I lying?
Yeah,
like nonstop. And so we had a butler. They got us. My parents got us a butler to the. We walked in. So, and this is the last thing I'll say about LeBlanc because we could literally talk about this all day.
That's why I said it is the most memorable.
We walked in, and we got there late. We were late on a Sunday because we left right after church. Mm-hmm. And when we got there, the guy was like, "Oh, this is your butler." We're like, "What do you mean? Like, what do you mean butler?" And he was like, "You're a butler." And I was like, "So what does that mean? What are you gonna do?" And he was like, "Whatever you want." Excuse me. So he was like, "Whatever you want." So I was like, "All right." So T was walking behind us with the bag. You know, we were tired. It was late. It was almost like midnight. She's walking with the bag, and I'm like literally energized because I'm like, this is crazy. I've never seen anything that looks so beautiful in my life. And I'm like, and we walking next to each other. I said, "What do you mean by anything?" He was like, you know, if you ask for something, I'm the person you call on. And I said, "Ask for what?" He says, "Whatever you can think of. If I can get it for you, I will." I said, "You're lying." So
we were never exposed to that. That was something different.
So when it was all said and done, we walked into the room, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we walk into the room and I immediately go to the refrigerator. I open the refrigerator. It's just a bunch of drinks in there. And so I looked at him. I said, anything. He goes, yes, anything. And I was like, all right, take all of that out except for I just want a fridge full of Bud Light. It was another type of beer. And then I said, babe, what you want in this fridge? And she goes, babe, what are you doing? Don't do that. That's rude. I was like, how's it rude?
I'm considerate of.
But she also was behind us and didn't hear the full conversation that we had. So she's thinking that I'm just walking in there being a tyrant, trying to be extra because, you know, we got a butler. And I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want that. I just want the Bud Light. And it was another beer. I can't remember that. I don't really drink often. And then she said something about, I think she had ginger ale. He was like, no problem. She looked at him and said, wait, what? I said, babe, he literally said we can have whatever we want as long as he can do it for us. She was like,
yeah.
So yeah, that like by far, LeBlanc and Cancun. Please, if you have,
we got that.
Afford it.
We gonna write that down. We gonna write that down.
If you can afford it, please do it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Please.
So fun.
Jamaica. So we have this group called Love and Travel Hop. It's 3 couples that sometimes 4.
Sometimes 4.
Yeah. And we travel together. So we try to do 2 trips, either one with the kids or one with the adults. So we went to Jamaica with just the adults and we had a blast.
We went to Sandals Ochi.
Ochi, yeah.
Nice.
And for anybody that doesn't know, that's Sandals and Ocho Rios. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, my God, I was not expecting that at all. Like I had
Ocho Rios. People be sleeping on Ocho Rios, man.
No, it's beautiful.
Man, that was the most fun. It was a little shady things that was happening too, but
yeah,
needless to say, it was fun. And when I mean by shady, I don't mean things that you have to be scared for. Like it had nothing to do with safety. It had, I mean, it could have, but it literally had everything to do with people do anything for money. Let's put it like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't worry about it, Pastor. We ain't gonna go too much further into that.
I literally don't care. I don't care what people think. If y'all want to know, I will tell you. Like by far, I don't care.
We ain't going too far into it. Cause
no problem.
You know, listen.
Yeah, we'll keep it clean.
So with that being said, so your most memorable was Mexico. And your most fun was Jamaica. Like as individuals and as a couple, how have you seen traveling while Black been for you? Like, what was your experience like? Because Keynon,
do you consider it? Like, do you even think about it? When you travel, do you think, now, I have to be careful? Because
now you got to realize there's a difference, right? Traveling as an athlete, right? Traveling as a Black man after being an athlete, and then traveling as a Black woman, right? There are things that you have to take like into mind when you leave the house, when you go other places. So, and
that's separate.
Yeah, that's separate.
And that might be an issue that you guys face. Like when you travel individually versus traveling together, what's the difference? Like I'll give you an example. When I travel without him, I feel like people feel like it's open season. People will come and talk to me all the time, you know, cat called, all that. Like it gets annoying. Even when I'm with my girlfriends, if I'm traveling with him, I'm safe from that. I don't have nobody bothers me. You know, people are still nice and, you know, whatever, but not to the extent of if I'm by myself. If he's alone, he might get some white woman crossing the other way across the street because they kind of, you know, scared of what he might do. But when he's with me, he doesn't really get that. So,
and with that said, it's like domestic versus international travel, right? Like internationally, they're like intrigued. you're a tall black man with locks. I want to touch your hair. Like, I'm inquisitive. And right. So that's like, whoa.
Nobody's asking him to touch his hair when I'm there.
Exactly. They're afraid of this one right here.
They should be.
So what?
I'm territorial. I don't play about mine.
So what has your experiences been individually, and having traveled together, like, has that changed?
Yeah, I don't really encounter any problems. We haven't really, well, for me, I haven't experienced anything like that.
Okay.
Well, that actually just brings us to our regularly scheduled programming, which is what we were trying to avoid. Just last question, but here goes. So at this particular resort, like I said, we had mad fun. Everything was legit except this. All right. Where I'm at myself and the two other males that were on the trip. We were at the pool. The ladies, we I don't know if we gifted them or I just went, but they went to get massage. Yeah, they got a elongated massage. So it was like either an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was like they were going for a long time. They probably left the resort. Anyway, so we're at the pool, and we all are blowing up their flotation devices, which
we had floaties,
which were diamond rings. All right, it was a diamond ring. And they all that day they all planned to surprise us wearing the same
Wife Life bathing suit.
Right. Yeah. So they got this whole day planned or whatever for us chilling by the pool, them getting a massage. They come out, we all do our thing together. While we are waiting, the waitress comes around and she literally gives us drinks one time. She comes back around and says, "Hey, can I give you any more?" Like, sure. I mean, whatever. The third time she comes around, she says, "So what y'all doing?" Me. We've been here the entire time, like blowing up these flotation devices and chilling. And she's like, "Yeah, but what are y'all doing later?"
Oh.
So now I'm thinking that she's like trying to help get us to one of those late night events that they have at the resort. So we're like, "Oh, no, nothing. We just chilling, we'll probably go to one of those things." She's like, "Yeah, I'm not talking about that." I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?" And she's like, "Well, what are you doing later?" Me? Hold on now.
Man, clutch his pearls.
I had to. I was like,
I just blew up a diamond ring floaty.
I was like, and mind you, in our explanation, we're like, we waiting for our wives to come back. They just got their, their massages or whatever. Yeah. Yo, homegirl was trying to, make a little extra money, right? And so she had this other dude at the bar try to come, talk to me about it. Like, "Yo, you seriously? You're not going?" "No, I'm good. Thanks." Hey, I don't know patois, right? That's what it is. Yeah. To say no, all right? I don't.
No is the same in most languages.
No is patois.
Right.
No, I don't know. I don't know. So when it all now, here's where things get crazy. The ladies finally come back. Now they're all at the swim up bar. So they're in the pool at the bar getting drinks. And
the bride bathing suit on.
Huh?
The wives
bathing suit.
So T comes back to me later on and was like, "Yo, what happened?" I was like, "What are you talking about? What happened? What happened earlier?" Like, I was like, "Earlier when? Like, what do you mean?" She goes, "The guy at the bar was like, 'Yo, you got like, which one is your husband?' And I was like, 'The tall one.' And he was like, 'Yo, you got a good one.'"
Oh,
yeah.
That same guy that was trying to get me to slide on homegirl wound up having an intimate conversation telling her about me. I'm like, so just imagine if I was on that type of time, the type of conversation that could have been had. Mm-hmm. So that, to me, that's when I'm not, so I took the long route to say when I'm not around my wife, the women are wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Tall, athletic looking black man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Mm-hmm. When I'm with her, it's not even a question. She told you where she's from, and she's every bit of that. No, I'm serious. She's every bit of that. Pushed to the limits.
I believe it.
I'm gonna leave it.
Don't try her. It's a problem. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, like, now that we've all come out of this, like, 18-month lockdown, right? Like, and I'm not talking to anybody from Florida or Atlanta or Arizona or Texas, right? I'm talking about New York, where
we had Governor Cuomo. It was not playing. Now, shut down, quarantine.
Now you gotta
stay in the house.
You go into a restaurant, you gotta show your vaccine card.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Excelsior pass.
Exactly. Yeah. Now that there's a new norm, how do y'all move around? Like, what's your new normal to moving around?
Mm-hmm. Well, this past June, we went to St. Martin for his parents' anniversary.
Nice.
And we had to get COVID tested. We had
a lot of times.
Yeah. We had to fill out this form and pay $30 for the form just to fill out the form. It was just a lot of, it's just so excessive now. It's ridiculous.
Shout out to St. Martin. That place was amazing as well. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
That's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
We weren't allowed to come to the restaurant without a mask.
Facts.
They're like, you need a mask. We're like, we're about to eat. No, you need a mask just to walk in. And I'm just all right, going back to get my mask. It's just, yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. I never stopped traveling. Now,
that's good.
During the quarantine,
we didn't stop.
I was always on the go. But it was in state, right? Like it was domestic.
Yeah, like battle rap stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of battle rap stuff. And New York, as you said, they were not playing whatsoever. Yeah. You coming back from Atlanta. There are people creating a barricade once you get off of the plane to make sure you fill out the forms and blah, blah, blah. Of course, there's ways around that as well, but making sure that you took the form at the very least. Then I came back from LA. It was the same type of deal. To me, nothing really stopped me. I just learned how to be safe in those moments. So if you're traveling, it's very simple. Wear your mask, wash your hands. Wear your mask, wash your hands. And I mean, I've never tested positive. Thank God. I don't think I've had any antibodies, which means it was never in my system. And that's one of and mind you, I was in battle rap functions. So like I would have my mask on, and unless I was battling, that's when my mask came off. So I was just learning, like, I need to make sure that I'm doing things that have been asked of me to keep myself safe and those around me safe. And, that's really it.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're on that same subject, like for people that are looking to travel, what are some like tips that you would give them to at least, if not get started, but while they're traveling? Like, what are some tips that you would give some people for traveling? And what are some couples travel tips?
I like that one. That's good, because I was about to be mad sarcastic with my first answer. My first answer: if you're looking to travel, that ain't it. Just travel. Like, stop.
That's a good tip, though. That's not sarcasm. That's real.
That's what I was gonna say too. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have the time," or "I don't have the money." You probably never have the time or never have the money. You make. If you get paid, even if you save $10, $20, it will add up, and you start off small and you branch off to, bigger trips.
Right. I'm like, if you've never traveled before, right? I say start off with a semi-local getaway. So for us, we live in New York and New Jersey. So Atlantic City or Mohegan Sun, something like that, where it's far, but it's close, but it's far. And learn how to be in a hotel, learn how to get out, have an itinerary if you're that type, or if you're like me, spontaneity is the way to go. So whatever it is that you do that. Don't try to be something you're not. Right. So my wife is not a planner, but she likes to know what we would do. So like if we wait, like at least the day before, like, okay, what we gonna do tomorrow?
Excursions or,
And I'm like, let's wake up and see what it feels like. I don't know. Who knows?
That is so annoying.
I need to know what's going on. Like, what are we doing today? Like, are we just wasting the day away?
Will it be available tomorrow?
That's true. And that's the yin and yang, right? Because I'm just like, who cares? But if it's not available, we'll do something else. But sometimes you do have to plan ahead. And I'm grateful for that because that's not me at all. So I'm thankful that I have some sort of structure within her to help me while I'm on vacation. Because when I'm with my boys, them dudes are planning stuff. Because I don't want to plan nothing. Like, let's just see what happens. Like, who cares? But yeah, like that's that. When it comes to tips, so yeah, I only have one tip. When it comes to those who are thinking about traveling, just travel, find the spot and go. If you must, do your research on that area, that city, that country, and figure out where not to go for your safety, because let's be real, nobody is Superman. Like we all have those. We could all be vulnerable at some time and things could go bad. So if you must, do your research on where not to go by yourself and make sure that you follow those guidelines to make sure that you stay safe and that your loved ones see you when you come back. When it comes to
with couples, I must say, find a couple that you get along with, because
I don't know if they meant it that way. They might have meant it.
You can go with how you took it, and then we can switch.
Okay, because you want to enjoy your trip. You don't want to go on a trip with a couple who's like the Debbie Downer. They don't want to do this. They don't, find people that are like-minded, who enjoy the things you enjoy, and just go out and have fun.
Nice.
I'm gonna piggyback. That's paramount. Oh my gosh, that's paramount. Thankfully,
like y'all know from experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thankfully, we've never been on a trip with Debbie Downers.
Right. But I've heard stories, and I'm like, we love our friends.
We
we're like, we call them family. We're like, hey, family. That's the thing.
Right.
And one of the things I think that helped in that vetting process was the fact that we were in a group chat for almost a year before we even went on vacation.
Right.
So we got to learn each other through social media means. And what I mean by I'm not talking about Instagram. I'm talking about like WhatsApp, group me, type of social media.
Yeah.
And so we learned not temperaments, but we just learned what people liked and what they enjoyed and what was meaningful to them. And once we did that, it was easy to go on vacation with them, because the very first thing that we did was go to Orlando, and the couple we did not know.
We never physically met them.
The couple we did know got there after us. And the couple we didn't know was already there. But our room wasn't ready once we got to the resort. So we were like, well, what are we going to do? And we never physically met them. And they said, oh, just go to our room.
Yeah, so they're a friend of a friend. So one couple was our friend, and then that couple, that was their friend. So they introduced us. So we never met we never met this couple physically, and they allowed us to go hang out in their room. And they went to the pool and allowed us to stay in the room. I'm like, oh,
nice.
Their valuables were in the room. And we like, wait, she's like, no, y'all change. Y'all just meet us at the pool. And we like, okay.
It's different. It's different. Y'all from New York. Y'all already skeptic.
Exactly. They're from Connecticut and Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The wife is
different kind of trust.
yeah. So the wife is from Connecticut, but she moved to Maryland when she went to college, and she wound up staying there. And it was just, we're like, what? Okay, well, let's hurry up so they don't think we doing
right.
And now we're close as ever. We travel together all the time.
We're traveling with them next week.
Yeah. Next
week.
Wow,
awesome.
We're going to Nashville.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. So tell everybody where can we find you, what you got going on. You know, we got K-Jack out here. He's been talking about this battle rap. Like, listen, this Christian battle.
What a dope combination between being a pastor of a church.
Listen, he be dropping
a minister and a battle rapper.
He be dropping some Bible bars that make you like,
yeah.
Did he just kill him with a Bible bar?
I know that's right.
Let's tell him, K-Jack.
Yeah, tell me. I want to know where to hear some.
Yeah, you can ask Purge. I'm sure he could direct you to the battles, but my Instagram and Twitter is KJackPR. Again, KJackPR. The P stands for preacher or pastor, depending on how you want to call it, and the R stands for rapper. But that's also a double entendre because it's public relations as well. And, anyway. So we literally, I'm on Instagram, KJackPR, Twitter, KJackPR, and on Facebook, I'm Keynon Jackson. Simple, Keynon Jackson. And now those are my things, and I'll come up with some other things after she gives hers.
I just have Instagram and Facebook. On Instagram, I'm T112, TEE112, and on Facebook, I am Teisha Jackson. So
okay,
TEISHA.
Yeah.
So battle rap is a love, and honestly, battle rap lately has afforded me the opportunity to travel to places that I probably would not go. Just last month I was in Oakland for the first time, San Francisco and Oakland for the first time because my boy was battling on Ultimate Rap League, and so I literally jumped at that opportunity. But of course, because I'm not traveling with my wife, I got to make sure she's cool with it. And so I asked if that was cool with her for me to head out to Oakland. I had an absolute wonderful time. But when you go for these battle rap events, you don't really get to enjoy the city much because, but I'm going to learn how I did a little bit more than I normally do that time around because I realized everything is just battle. Everything is just battle. I don't get to do anything other than just be around battling and battle rappers when I'm in a new city. So I carved out a bunch of time for me to just walk through the city of San Francisco, and it's those hills are no joke. Like it really is. It really is Full House out there. If anybody understands that reference.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining and really sharing everything that you shared on the show.
This has been fun.
Baby, let the walls come down. Wanna love you out loud. Show you what a true love's about. If it's real love that you want.